it's good to work here. I tell you what, I don't have to travel. I hate traveling because them damn airplanes. Oh, you see, you don't have to make jokes anymore. Just read the paper, watch the news. What's really going on should scare all of us out of the sky forever. You know that Northwest fired 3 pilots for being drunk. Drunk pilots. Damn. Now, how can you pull them over like DUI? You're down here like, well, hell, who's going to go get him? My Mustang's in the shop. You did. By the way, next time you fly Northwest, if you want to piss them off, here's how you can do it. When they come around to take your drink order, just say, I'll have whatever the pilots are having. They don't like that. You know how many Northwest pilots it takes to fly a plane? 2 and a 5th. And this right here is so bizarre that night after night as I do it, most of the audience thinks I made this up, but I did not. And if you read the paper every day, you know this really happened. In recent months, there were 4 incidents of where a plane would be on the runway, and for no obvious reason, the engine would just fall off and hit the pavement. Do you hear me? The damn motor fell off. Y'all sound there like you see this every day. Like, now look, this is scary, but this is true. The FAA investigated. They said that was caused by a malfunction in the airplane toilet. The toilet. Do you see what they're telling us? Somebody flushed a commode and the damn motor fell off. So you listen to me. The next time you're at 30,000 feet and you're sitting there going, I don't think I can hold this any longer, think a damn yen. You know. I don't care if you your briefcase. Listen. You're leaving Sears, you're headed toward the... Oh, listen. You know what else you do while you're there? You always take time to look at that 72-drawer tool chest. Every Sears store has one. They've never sold the darn thing. Nobody wants it. It weighs a ton and a half. Where would you put it? They put it on sale twice a year. Nobody buys it. I grew up going with my daddy to look at that. He'd sit in the Sunday morning paper. He'd say, look at him, Junior. That was me. I see Sears has got that 72-drawer tool chest on sale again. You want to go over there after dinner and look at it? I'd say, yeah, I'll go with you over there. See, I guess that that's what's really wrong with this country today. Sons don't go with their dads to look at toolboxes no more. I bet you that there's some of you in here that never went with your daddy to look at paneling. See? My dad didn't need no paneling. He just liked to look at it. He said in the paper on Sunday morning, he'd say, look at him, Junior. I see they got that paneling on sale again. You want to go over that there and look at it? I'd say, yeah, I go with you over there. Anyway. And I'll tell you something else, too. I'm going to see my dad again Monday. If he wants to go look at something else, hell, I'm going to go with him. You ain't got but one daddy, you know. All right, now, we're still in that Sears store, ain't we? We got to move along. Now, all right, you're leaving Sears, headed toward the door. On your way out, you bump into an optometrist. Listen to me, there's an eye doctor working in the basement of Sears. Don't you know that his mom and dad are real proud of him? Think about his parents. They're the ones that mortgaged the house, cashed up the life insurance to educate this twerp, hoping someday to brag on him. Hey, George, that son of yours, the one went to college for 13 years. Where's he working now? Sears. We got all these new words now that ain't working. Therapy, counseling. Yeah, my daddy took me to counseling, all right. How about this, bonding? Ain't that a new word? bonded. It works like this. You're 35, your dad is 60. Have you bonded? Have you bonded? My father and I never bonded. We've posted bond for each other. Let me tell you guys something. And here's how you know whether you got a good relationship with your dad. Think back when you was like 16 or 17 and you was dating somebody you was wanting to impress, and you didn't want to drive your old piece of car on the date, so you kept begging your daddy to let you use his car. And you said, if you'll let me use your car, I won't drink. Liar, liar, liar. So he finally gives in and lets you use it. And you're almost home free. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You dropped her off somewhere. Said, I'll be back. I'll get this car home. But just before you get home, the cops pull you over, take you in for driving under the influence, and tow your daddy's car. You're scared to death. You know your daddy is going to whoop your ass. You know he is. You've never been as scared in your whole life. You dread calling him. But even though you dread it and you're scared, it never occurs to you to call anybody else but your daddy. You tell the guys he's fingerprinting you down there, well, hurry up, I need to call my daddy. He'll come and get me. And here's what happens. Next thing you know, the years always go by quicker than we would like for them to, and you're 35 or 36. You got a family of your own. It's late Friday evening. You've mowed the grass, you got a cold beer in your hand, you settle down to watch a ball game, and the phone rings. And it's your dad. And his ass is in jail. He just beat the out of the UPS man. He had told that driver once before, if you back on my wife's flower bed one more time. And that was the time when the man did what the man said. So the UPS truck backed over her buttercups. Your dad's in jail. But as they're processing the paperwork, he tells them, well, hurry up. Need to call my boy, and he'll come and get me. There's bonding for you right there. And as you hear these Democrats and Republicans debate both sides of everything, and your minister even, or your governor and mayor and all like this, trying to figure out how come the kids are out of control and they used to didn't be that way, and what can we do? Here's what happened. I'm going to act it out for you. Let's go back to a time when I was 13. Or you, even as young as you are. Say I was 13. And I get up in the morning, walking down in the kitchen area. My father, we were sitting at the breakfast table. My fat-ass father, in his boxer shorts. He'd be burping or belching. There'd be so much cigar smoke in there you couldn't see. It's just like fog. There's so much cigar smoke. On my father's breakfast plate in front of him would be a small fried pig. Pork, damn it, pork, fried pork. That's what's wrong with this country now. We've got a whole generation of Americans who have never heard the expression, sop it up. So then you have that greasy breakfast, a lot of bread, white bread. You hear me? Damn white bread. Manly white bread. White bread. None of that modern day, all natural, multi-grain, dark brown, looks like a wad of dog bread. No. He had white bread and butter, real damn butter. His daddy ate butter, his granddaddy ate butter, and by God, he ate butter. None of this, I can't believe it's not butter. And guess what they got for some of you young guys now? You young guys, those of you who go over to Applebee's or TGIF Fridays and pay $7.95 for their stir fry. You know what stir fry is? Cauliflower, carrots, and broccoli. Same shit my daddy used to give to the hogs. They steam it in olive oil, charge you $8 damn. Not only are you a wuss, you're a dumbass. Guess what they got for you guys now? Not only do they have, I can't believe it's not butter, they got, I can't believe it's not butter spray. Have you seen their commercial? They got butter spray now. Squirt, 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 squirt. I'm going to tell y'all something. You can tell the world that I said so. If I ever see a young guy squirting butter, squirt, 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 I'm going to ask him out on a date. I think he'll go. I think I'll enjoy it. Eat like a woman, act like a woman. And my daddy would be eating a jar of jelly, a whole jar of jelly. None of this modern day $7 a pint, all natural fruit spread. My daddy had sugary, teeth rotting damn jelly. 49 cents a gallon. But anyway, here's the point. When he would catch a glimpse of me out of the corner of his eye, coming out of the bedroom, my daddy would start talking to me without even looking up from the plate. He said, boy, don't you even look in the kitchen because you're not going to eat this morning. You should have got your butt out of bed when your mother started calling you an hour ago. Now, once you grab those school books and get out by the highway and wait on the bus. Because if you miss school one more time, you ain't going to live to be 13.
I work more days per year than any other comedian, and that includes the comedians who are household names and those you've never heard of. This year, as an example, there's been, I think about 100 days in this year so far, and I've worked 89 of those.
James Gregory appeals to everybody. I've never seen anybody who didn't enjoy his show.
He's extremely funny, one of the funniest men. He's billed as the funniest man in America.
See, there are certain things it takes to be a headliner. You can either go on Carson one time and you're automatically a headliner. You be on Letterman one time, you're automatically a headliner. You can, and believe this or not, this is unbelievable to you. You can have a bit part in any movie where you had one scene, and you'll be a headliner automatically. You know. Now, since I had none of that, I had to earn the headline spot. And the way I did that was always being funnier than anybody else on the show. I would say that 90% of all my material is based on something that really happened, or it's very close to something that really happened that gave me an idea. Most of my comedy is based on everyday occurrences that average people can relate to. And I do think that's one reason that I've been as successful as I have.
Coming here, this is where my favorite sign in the whole world is. It's over on Brainerd Road. There's a sign out in front of a business over there. The sign says, Lawnmower Repair and Income Tax Service. Lord knows we've been needing something like that. Oh yeah. Just think how many times over the years you and I have carried our lawnmower in to get it fixed. And while we were there, we probably said to ourselves, well, I'd like to get my taxes done while I'm here. I guess they'll franchise that out now. See, you have to wonder where the guy got the idea for a business like that. Did somebody go in there one day to pick up their mower, and they said to him, you know, you did a job on this mower. I'd I think I'll let you do my taxes. I tell you what, you pay close attention and see if this right here for most of you out there tonight, see if this don't bring back some precious, fond childhood memories to you about your mother and that covered dish. You think back a long time ago now when you was like, oh, just yay big. It'd be late in the evening, early night time. Everybody's out on the front porch after supper, about half asleep. Pot roast to do that to you. Remember those the good old days in America where a mother forced the kids to overeat. Made them eat. All right, y'all don't eat all that pot roast. I ain't going to make another one. Well, hell. Do you remember this? Remember as a little kid, we'd all be sitting on the doorsteps, a kid would. All the grown folks could spend an hour discussing among themselves the last time it came a good rain. To a small kid, that never made no sense. But we couldn't say nothing back in those days. You couldn't back talk your folks. But they'd be sitting on the front porch, somebody would go, boy, we sure could use a good rain. Hell, it ain't rained real good since that last Friday in May. Somebody's going, no, hell, this rained since then. No, I'll tell you how I know. They're Friday before Memorial Day. Memorial Day is last Monday in May. Friday before that, my car broke down on I-20. Had to walk 3 miles to the payphone. I got soaked. Last damn Friday in May. So I said, no, I'll tell you what. It rained the second Saturday in June. Reason you don't know, you was in jail that weekend. Then he said, well, that wasn't my fault. If y'all got a bondsman, I could have got out there on fire. Then somebody else will say, well, anyway, we need rain. Well, yeah, I didn't say we didn't need no rain. And in our little hearts as children, we were sitting on the doorstep thinking to ourselves, who gives a right size when it rains? Think about this. You go into a grocery store, you buy a lemon pie, bag of lemon candy. You read the label, it'll say made with artificial flavoring or made with imitation lemon. Now you go to the other side of the store to get some furniture polish, they got lemon pledge. On the can, it says made with real lemon. That bothers me. We're eating the artificial junk and we're spraying the good stuff on the coffee table. What is, I don't know. I'll tell you all what's wrong with America today. Giant cookies. That's right, them big cookies. You get them over at the mall. You got one cookie, size of a hubcap. Cost $8. That ain't right. Remember until a few years ago, a cookie was like yay big. Get a whole bag of them for $1. I remember as a little kid getting ready for school, my mother would say, Junior, that was me. You want a cookie in your lunch? I said, yeah, that'd be good. Now mother says to her child, son, you want to take a cookie to school with you? Well, yeah, if I can get somebody to help me carry it. See, there's a lot of things out there that don't make sense these days. Every store you go into, they got these little machines. You put a quarter in there. Get your pulse, your heart rate checked. You know what I'm talking about. It bothers me that you can get your heart checked at Pizza Hut. Does this make any sense? I can't see a guy going into Pizza Hut saying, yeah, this order's to go. Give me a large Super Supreme, double cheese. I love cholesterol. Give me a lot of jalapeno peppers. I want to remember this pizza till next week. I'll have a pitcher of beer while I'm waiting. And what the heck, I might as well get my heart checked while I'm eating. And listen, think about this. Department stores are practicing medicine. For almost 20 years, we think it's all right. Let's say you go over to Sears and Roebuck just to look around. And by the way, if you notice, that's what we all do at Sears now. Nobody buys anything over there. Well, you're off this afternoon. What you gonna do? Well, I'll tell you. I think I'll go over to Sears and look around. All right. You're over at Sears. You're in the lower level, the basement. That's the hardware department. All you're doing is checking out what's new with Black & Decker. You ain't gonna buy nothing. You're just looking. Now you get ready to leave. You go around the lawnmowers. Well, let me interrupt this a minute. Lawnmowers. On every lawnmower you've ever seen, not a sticker, not a label, embedded, molded into steel so you can't ever erase it. It says, keep hands and feet away from blade. You know what that means? Sometime in the past, some nut has said to his wife, honey, come here, let's trim them toenails of yours. And I know being average Americans, every day of your life this thought goes through your mind at least once. Some mornings when you wake up, it's the first thought on your mind. And that is, wonder why anybody wants to be on Family Feud. Well, here's what I think. I keep visualizing some family out around Nebraska or Iowa, sitting around the dinner table one evening. The husband says, honey, you know what? They ought to be a way that we can let this whole country know our family's illiterate. Now, wait a minute. I know everybody here in Des Moines knows it already. I mean, coast to coast, just let them know we don't have a lick of sense. You know? So you end up watching them on the show. The lady introduces everybody. Now, Richard, I'd like for you to meet our handsome son, Eric. And that makes you sit up straight because you can see Eric's ugly. Eric's a senior at UCLA. He'll be graduating this year. And you're thinking Eric's going to do all right on this show. He's going to college. Now, later on in the program, it's Eric's turn to answer. And we all know what tough questions they have on Family Feud. Now see, once again, in Mississippi, that line won't work. Down there, when I say, you know what tough questions they have on Family Feud, the whole audience is going, oh, yeah, boy. Anyway, the question for Eric is, name one of the states that begins with the letter K. And of course, Eric is stumped on this. But just before the buzzer sounds, he says Connecticut. Am I upset with Eric? No. It's that family of his. Good answer. Good answer. And they paid for his education. Like, yeah, that's good, Eric. See, I don't want to sound like a snob, but if I'm going to watch TV, it's going to be something cultured and educational, like People's Court. Laugh if you want to, but I'm going to tell you something. If my neighbor's cat ever pees on my rug, and she won't pay to have it cleaned, I may go see Judge Wapner myself. Yeah. You know what I like about that show? Halfway through the show, they pause long enough to tell me and you, they say, these people are not professional actors. Had me fooled for so long. Of course, one good thing about television, the commercials are getting honest. There's one on now that tells the truth. You've heard it. It's not a car, it's a Volkswagen. Well, it's about time they fessed up on that. And then, of course, they still got the stupid ones, like the one for X-Lax. We're talking about a laxative now. In the commercial, you've got this grown woman talking to her grown daughter. They refer to X-Lax as their family's best friend. Wonder where they go for Christmas dinner, huh? The next time that commercial is on, you listen carefully to what the man says. Now, he's talking about a laxative. He says, and I quote, "It works while you sleep." I don't want that. No, I want to be up and awake. Ready to go. When I first heard that, I said to myself, I said, what a laundry bill. You know. And I know, being average Americans, every day of your life this thought goes through your mind at least once. Some mornings when you wake up, it's the first thought on your mind. And that is, wonder why anybody wants to be on Family Feud. Well, here's what I think. I keep visualizing some family out around Nebraska or Iowa, sitting around the dinner table one evening. The husband says, honey, you know what? They ought to be a way that we can let this whole country know our family's illiterate. Now, wait a minute. I know everybody here in Des Moines knows it already. I mean, coast to coast, just let them know we don't have a lick of sense. You know? So you end up watching them on the show. The lady introduces everybody. Now, Richard, I'd like for you to meet our handsome son, Eric. And that makes you sit up straight because you can see Eric's ugly. Eric's a senior at UCLA. He'll be graduating this year. And you're thinking Eric's going to do all right on this show. He's going to college. Now, later on in the program, it's Eric's turn to answer. And we all know what tough questions they have on Family Feud. Now, see, once again, in Mississippi, that line won't work. Down there, when I say, you know what tough questions they have on Family Feud, the whole audience is going, oh, yeah, boy. Anyway, the question for Eric is, name one of the states that begins with the letter K. And of course, Eric is stumped on this. But just before the buzzer sounds, he says Connecticut. Am I upset with Eric? No. It's that family of his. Good answer. Good answer. I enjoyed it, and I think what I enjoyed the most was I got enough money out of that to make a car payment.
Did you really?
Yeah. I was about a month behind. I'm all caught
Second-hand
up
car,
now.
too.
Right.
Who do we have representing the plaintiffs?
That's me, Your Honor. Harold P. Cheatham from Rob Cheatham and Steel at your service.
Go Cheatham. Proceed, Lawyer Cheatham.
Your Honor, the law says a person cannot portray a private individual in a piece of fiction so that that person is identifiable, and at the same time hold that person up to ridicule and embarrassment in his own hometown. And that is exactly what's happened to my clients, these poor, miserable, pathetic people.
And that's exactly why I'm going to throw the book at him. I'm going to throw.
But you know, James, we've known you a while.
Long time.
I'm sitting here looking at you. You look different.
I had cosmetic surgery, I had a facelift. Phase 1, I'm gonna go back again. See, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but I was just so reluctant to do anything that would take away from my natural beauty.
You must have had a big part in the movie.
Well, I got Ray to co-sign.
Oh, Ray Coulson, you made the car payment
I
with
said,
what he
this is
paid.
gonna cost a lot. I need a co-signer for this surgery.
I didn't know you were going back again, though.
Yeah, I gotta go back again.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll have to do another movie.
But we can make payments.
What are they
You may have to
doing-
sell the car.
What are they doing in phase 2?
Phase 2? Well, just some more stuff, And then I think I'm gonna get some hair. I'm gonna buy some hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calm down, Goob.
And I wanted help. I wanted some help with the rest of the body, and they just said it was beyond help.
Yeah, I got you.
So, so I'm gonna tell them I just take a face shot of it.
I'll introduce you to this bagpipe player I met, and I think he knows how to do that.
Oh, does he?
This is true. Now, we respond to every tragedy in life with food. Could be a law, I don't know. A covered dish. We'll knock on somebody's front door and go, sorry to hear about your son-in-law. Here's some baked beans. We would come in for a minute, but Walmart closes at 12. And if I'm going to that funeral, I need me something real nice to wear. I'll tell you something else about us Baptists. And I'm just assuming y'all are Baptists. Well, look, I'll prove it to you. I want you to applaud if you are Catholic. If you're Catholic, applaud. See? Not many. But we're glad to have you with us. And tell the Pope I said, hey. I know he's been in town this whole week, but I had to work.
Let me tell you something. If you have not said this already, you will in a few years, but you heard your parents or your grandparents say it. And that is, they'll say, I don't think I'll ever be as happy again as I was as a small child. That was true yesterday, today, that'll be true forever. Small children will always be happier than adults because small children haven't learned yet that they're supposed to worry about their appearance, what they look like. That all becomes important when you approach your teens and you want to start going out with people. And when you look like I do, you end up dating some of the ugliest creatures, don't you? But I'm going to tell you, fellas, something. Once you get used to it, it ain't all that bad. I remember the first girl I went with in high school. I'm not going to say she was a dog, but when I met her, she was 15 years old. Now, that'd be 105 to me and you. And also, just to clarify one thing, I don't want you to think that I pick on Mississippi. I love that state. I love those people. I work over there quite a bit. I'm just upset with them because a few weeks ago, I got the only traffic ticket of my adult life down there. I'd always been told if you ever get stopped by the Mississippi State Police, don't be rude. Have a good sense of humor. Kind of joke around with the patrolman. Oh, I wouldn't do that again, no. I got stopped for speeding, and he said to me, he said, can I see your license? And I said, if I can play with your gun. Well, but I'm going to tell you something, though. Some of the best cornbread I ever had in my life was in their jail down there. You're my kind of people. But we got to get out of here. I'm going to leave you with a tip. Some night when you're sitting home watching television by yourself and you need a laugh and a commercial comes on, close your eyes during the commercial. And that way, if you're not looking at it, you will listen more carefully to what they're saying. And you will soon discover that during these commercials, they're telling us things we don't need to know. Information we don't want. You know the commercial for Preparation H? I'm not going to make fun of the commercial. That's what they say. They say that 30 million Americans have hemorrhoids. The first thought that comes to my mind is, wonder who counted. How would you go about applying for that job? You know, yeah, I'm here about the ad in the paper. Counting butts. See, this is a product manufactured for a very limited market. If you use Preparation H, you have a problem. Trust me, this is not an impulse purchase. It's not like you're just strolling down the aisle of the grocery store. You happen to see it on the shelf, and you said, my. I simply must try some of this. No. If you're buying it, you know what to do with it. But yet on every package of Preparation H you've ever seen, in big, bold letters, it says, use only as directed. You know what that means? Sometime in the pines. Some nut has said to his wife, honey, wonder how this would taste on crackers.
I got crazy kinfolks. Y'all have crazy kinfolks? I mean, we love them, but, you know, I got one now. Had lunch with him 3 days ago. He's bragging, always bragging about something. He's bragging about a brand new 6-quart crock pot. And he don't have it yet because he's got it on layaway. And he tells me, he acts like it's the greatest thing in the world. He asked me, he said, do you have a crock pot? I said, no, I don't have a crock pot. You ought to get one. I said, I don't need one. He said, here's what you can do with a crock pot. You can put a raw chicken in a crock pot early in the morning, turn it on low, and when you come home from work that evening, it'll be ready to eat. Ain't that something? And I said, that's good, but you don't work. Like you're home all day, you know. The reason he's home all the time is because he's never had a full-time job, because I don't think he knows how to fill out a job application. Where it says nearest relative, he'll put 12 miles. In case of emergency call, he write in like 911. Just crazy people. But It's good to be here. By the way, I got here about an hour ago, and I saw some of y'all outside. They had food here today, but outside the studio. It was wonderful, wonderful food. As you can tell, I love food. I tried every diet that don't work. A diet that I hated the most. A few years ago, they had this diet called the Stillman water diet. The Stillman water diet. You had to drink 18 glasses of water every 24 hours. I lost 2 pounds in one day. My bladder fell out. But I love good food. Have you noticed that young people today don't know how to eat real good? Young folks, they get politically correct on what to eat. I work and travel with other comedians. Some of these guys, bless their heart, these are weird guys. I mean, they're 25, 30 years old. We always stay at the same hotel. They'll call my hotel room and they'll go, we're going out running. You want to go? And I'm like, do what? We gonna run. You going? I'm like, no. But if you happen to cross a Krispy Kreme, you can bring me something back, you know. And I hate to go out to eat with them, especially, I love to go to the truck stops. And this is a true story that happened in Nashville just about, a year ago. They had me working with a 25-year-old comedian. We went to a truck stop, not a 4-star Mediterranean restaurant. This is a truck stop. When we sat down, 2 comedians surrounded by truckers. Waitress comes over, big woman, not a lot of teeth. All this young guy wanted was a salad. Nothing wrong with that. But he asked this truck stop waitress, did she know whether or not any of those salad ingredients had ever been exposed to any type of pesticides? She said, well, we spray for roaches every now and then. I don't think none got on the lettuce. A few minutes later, she put the food in front of him. He looked at it. I didn't know it come with cheese on it. I can't eat that. I'm lactose intolerant. She said, honey, that's not lactose cheese. That's cheddar cheese. You see, I wouldn't make fun of these guys if they would leave the rest of us alone. But the ones I just described to you, they have the audacity to make fun of my food. They will point at my food and they'll go, do you know what that greasy food's gonna do to you? I'm like, yeah, fill me up. I have to eat that way. I need to maintain my strength because I'm usually one of the pallbearers when my healthy friends drop dead working out. I love what they don't love. I love chicken fried steak, extra gravy, mashed potatoes, extra gravy. I was a grown man before I realized that gravy was not a beverage. Cornbread and a lot of butter. When I say butter, I eat real butter. You young folks, get yourself some real butter. Stay away from that phony stuff. You see it all the time. Heart healthy and smart balance and the popular one, I can't believe it's not butter. Well, hell, I can. They'll say, I can't believe it's not butter spray. Like, pss, pss. It's a butter mist. Pss, pss, pss. Trust me on this. If your daughter marries a guy who sprays his butter, there ain't gonna be no grandkids. I enjoy talking to you. Thank you very much.
They have some food for us down the hall. James Gregory, our comedian friend from Atlanta, every time I look down there in the food line, you are down there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think I've gained 3 or 4 pounds in the past 2 days. Somebody asked me, they said, James, I think you're putting on weight. I said, well, I just had breakfast. Sometimes, it depends on what time of day you get back there. Sometimes I'm the only one eating the real food. At lunch yesterday, they had sugar-free bran muffins. I asked the lady, I said, are you kidding me? Sugar-free means it's not sweet. There's no vanilla chocolate frosting. There's no cream cheese in the middle. There's no jelly. That's what I used to call a rock, you know. I noticed, and I learned in traveling, when I do my comedy shows, there's always another comedian on the show with me. And it's usually a guy that's much younger. Like age-wise, he's a generation behind me. And I don't know where in the dickens these young guys, I don't know where their mother was. I mean, these guys were not raised right. I mean, they don't smoke. A lot of them don't even drink. Yeah. I mean, ain't that odd? It's like working with little girls, really. I mean, we go out to lunch. I'm embarrassed to go to lunch with them. I wouldn't be embarrassed if they were women. These are grown men in a public restaurant, a 5-page menu, and what do they get? Tuna tomato. Tuna tomato. Or an $8 Caesar salad. You think about this now. It's 4 ounces of romaine lettuce. 4 ounces. And they go, it's just $7.95. Let's all get one. I'd get a whole bucket of chicken for $8. And everybody's in this health craze now. The political correctness is even taking over our eating habits. I'm just not going to jump on that bandwagon. I mean, I went to the doctor. I had a complete physical from head to toe in 1968. Why do I need a second opinion? I mean, and they'll make fun of my food because while they're sitting there grazing around their lunch, they just graze and interrogate the waiter. Was this butter? Is this margarine? Was this fried? Was this grilled? Come on, eat. Just eat. You know? While they're going through all that, I'm sitting there with chicken fried steak, extra gravy, mashed potatoes, extra gravy, a lot of cornbread, a lot of butter, and I mean real butter. None of that little wimpy stuff like, I can't believe it's not butter. Come on. And they also have, I can't believe it's not butter spray. It's a butter mist. I'm going to tell you all something. If your daughter is dating a guy who sprays his butter, there's not going to be any grandkids. I'm just telling you. I come from a background. My mother used to say that an empty stomach is the devil's playground. You know how some people say, I can't do so-and-so on an empty stomach. I can't do so-and-so on an empty stomach. My family, we can't eat on an empty stomach. If we're awake, we're eating, you know. But those young guys I just talked about, they'll make fun of me. They'll point at my food. And they'll go, you know what that greasy food's going to do to you? I'm like, yeah, fill me up. I have to eat that way. I need to maintain my strength. Because I'm usually one of the pallbearers. when my healthy friends drop dead working out. And we all know that does happen, you know. And we had a young fellow, a radio personality in Atlanta, Georgia. This was on the news. He worked at a radio station. He dropped dead. He was 31 years old, 31. And he was, after work, he'd go to the gym and he'd work out. He was trying to press weight X number of pounds and had a heart attack. And they talk about what a tragedy that was. I'm thinking, well, you know, come on. You're lifting heavy stuff after you've punched out. Who would do that? I'm off work, let me go lift something heavy. The reason I'm still kicking, because while he was doing that, I was laying on the couch watching Andy Griffith. Yeah. So you have to be careful. It's okay to take care of yourself, but don't get it. This is extreme physical fitness. I got a tour. I name every tour. And this one is exercise can kill you. It's on the news all the time. But you've heard stories about some fellow who will drop dead jogging. Drop dead jogging. Imagine that. He's got car payments of $300 a month. And the buffoon is out running. And I've never heard a single story about anybody dropping dead, eating banana pudding, watching TV. You know. It was only 12 years ago that they officially categorized obesity as a disease. It's official. Obesity is a disease. Fat people can't help it. It's just like polio. Maybe someday they'll find a cure. Nobody in this room really believes that obesity is a disease. I mean, come on. Where do you folks think I caught this? Got too close to a fat person. They sneezed, now I got it. And real big people are always short-winded. And they should be. See, I'm short-winded. I'm probably more short-winded than anybody in here tonight. What do you weigh right here? What do you weigh? What do you weigh? 150. You're saying 150? A grown man. Are you? Are you sick? You know that. What's your name? What's your first name? Huh? R-O-D. Rod. R-O-D. Are you retired or working? You're working. What kind of work you do? I know there's no heavy lifting. I know that. What kind of work you do? A surgeon. A surgeon. Are you a doctor? Well, I bet here's a good line you can use with your fat patients. Have you tried this, Rod? Try this. Look, you need to tell them. Matter of fact, they'll get a kick out of it. Say, look, honey, let me put it this way. You need to lose what I weigh. And, see what I'm saying? That's right. Okay. And look, and don't misunderstand that. If you listen carefully, I never make fun of anyone for being overweight. That's part of my heritage. My whole family can carry their own shade with them.
Some years ago, now you folks who have children going to school, we all know this, that little children can get in trouble these days if they show up in school with any type of dessert. If you show up in school, the public school system, with cookies, candy bars, pastries, brownies, soft drinks, you all know this, it's not allowed in school anymore. The kids just got sugar in it. Now, most Americans think that makes sense, but it doesn't. Think what we've done here. I'm going to repeat this now and listen carefully. Little children, school children, can get in trouble if they show up in school with a cookie or a candy bar. Now, I believe in progress because life does move forward. But some things in the past makes more sense to me. Here's what would happen years ago when a kid got in trouble. You go like this. Ms. Jones, you need to get out here. Jason is in trouble again. Oh my God, what'd he do now? He showed up in school with 3 pornographic magazines. And he's showing pictures of naked women to all the other boys. And some of you older guys know that happened years ago. Pornography in school, you were in trouble. We got in trouble, big trouble. They probably got the ass whipping. But at least it was normal and it made sense. We're better off then than now. Now it goes like this, and we should all be embarrassed about it. Think about this. Here's what happens now. Miss Jones, you need to get out here. Jason is in trouble again. Oh my God, what did he do now? We found a Tootsie Roll in his locker. As Americans, we should be embarrassed. This slippery slope is going down very quickly. Miss Jones, your little boy is in trouble. We found a Tootsie Roll in his locker. Those are banned because Tootsie Rolls have sugar in it. Think about that. So I would say this to the soccer moms out there. The soccer moms and the nutless guys they're married to. Ask yourself this question. Think about this. Ask yourself this. What kind of little boy are you raising? What kind of little boy are you raising? What kind of man do you want him to grow up to be? A man who is attracted to naked women, or a man who scares of a Tootsie Roll? And I think before I get started here, I'll just give you an update on some kin folks. Some of you know about this already. We all love our kin folks, but we have one or two we don't want to see too often. I got a cousin that way. I see him every 2 or 3 months. We have lunch, catch up on times, you know. He's always bragging about something. In the past year or so, he's been bragging about getting a brand new 6-quart crock pot. He don't have it yet. He put it on layaway. He goes on and on and on about that damn crock pot. He'll ask me, he says, he'll tell me about the crock pot like I don't know about it. He says, here's what you can do with a crock pot. You can put a dead chicken. He could have just said chicken. You can put a dead chicken in a crock pot early in the morning, turn it on low, and when you get home from work in the evening, it'll be ready to eat. Ain't that something? I said, yeah, but you don't work. I said, hell, you're there all damn day. He goes, well, I'm just saying, yeah. For as long as I can remember, he's never had a full-time regular job, you know. He don't know how to fill out a job application. Whereas his nearest relative, he'll put 12 miles. In case of emergency call, he'll write in like 911. See, he gets that attitude. His whole family is crazy. Have you folks ever been around people who will talk back to the television? Ah, damn. His dad, my uncle, God rest his soul, would do that. Remember back in the 80s, there's a popular TV show called Knight Rider, the talking car. That was my uncle's favorite show. The minute that show started, he'd go, I'll bet you a dime to a donut that somebody else is doing that voice. I'm like, oh, you reckon? Our Miss Piggy would come on the TV screen. He'd go, I bet you that's not a real pig. A real pig wouldn't wear a dress like that. And I will tell you this, and I'll move on. This may not be funny, but I'm going to tell you anyway. My cousin, he loves jalapeno peppers, and so do I love hot peppers. But he calls it jalapeno pepper. He'll say to a waitress, do y'all have jalapeno? You mean jalapeno? No, damn it, jalapeno. That's right. He will point to that jar of pepper. He says, see right there? That's a J. That's jalapeno. And I made the mistake of trying to explain that to him. I said, I know it's a J, but it's pronounced with an H. It's like the word Jose. The word Jose is Jose, but it's pronounced with an H. He goes, that don't make no damn sense. If that made sense, then Jello would be hello. It's just like it just gives you a damn headache. But he gets all that from his father. This was years ago. We've all been told, this is common knowledge, that 75% of all fatal car accidents usually occur within a 20-mile radius of where we live. When he heard that, he moved. He said, that ain't gonna happen to me.
Yeah, you ever heard somebody say this? I'm out of work, I don't have any money, I can't go anywhere, but I still like to see other people have a good time. Liars, liars, liars. I'm gonna be honest with you, if I'm miserable, I'm gonna mess up somebody's life. Here's what you can do. If you're not working, all you're doing is watching television. So any day, Monday through Friday, right at lunchtime when McDonald's is the busiest, go through their drive-in window, order a bunch of stuff, then pretend your car won't start. Just sit there and block the window. Sometimes you'll have cars lined up a half mile. And every one of them's got to be back to work in 30 minutes. Except you. And you ain't got diddly squat today. Just get out and sit on the hood. Wave at them. You can talk to them if you want to. You can say things like, how long y'all get for lunch?